Okay, so yeah, the process on the fingerboards is we actually start out with what we start with. It's a nice piece of maple. Goes through the CNC process and comes out looking like this. And the next step from here is we take it over to the table saw, and in a special jig we mount the fingerboard and cut the fret slots, and then we separate off these two fixed ring pieces from the end of the fingerboard, and we wind up with a fingerboard that looks like this. And then from there we go in and we do, sanding and finishing, and we end up with our finished fingerboard with the pearl inlay, and all ready now for adhering it to the neck assembly. And here you can see a neck assembly that's got the tensioning rod already installed and getting ready for this fingerboard to be glued on. And that'll go in, get glued and clamped. Then we'll blend the edges of the fingerboard to the neck, get done with that finishing work, and go ahead and fret it. And then once we're done fretting it, we'll adjust the frets and we're all set to go. So if you turn it over, you can see that what the neck looks like from behind. And there'll be additional pieces of hardware installed on the neck prior to installing it into the instrument. And then the top of the headstock gets a piece of veneer, maple veneer, on the top of the headstock. And that essentially will cover everything up from here. And that covers obviously the guts underneath. And we get to our finished product. Well, total time of making a neck, it takes probably actual labor time. You're on the machine for somewhere around 3 or 4 hours on the machine, another probably 2 hours worth of finishing and working time. So you're probably looking at about 6 to 8 hours to make a complete neck.